Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is just having a great day. Today's video picks up right after the driveway phase of my ongoing project was brought to a screeching halt by this wonderful Indiana weather I'm experiencing. And as I mentioned in the last video, it was actually a good thing because my original drainage plan didn't account for the added drive and parking areas, but by the end of the video, I got a pretty good grip on the situation. Oh, and I also included an introduction for the first time to the namesake of the channel, my 1970 El Camino. And at the end of the video, I'll give a shout out to a few of you that left some comments. But here it is again, guys. This is what I've been planning on for about 3 years. I've lived here about 4, and I've always wanted to do an extension. This was a little unplanned damage, but it all needs reworked anyway. It was a little wet. Dump trucks got stuck. Had to halt the progress. But they have the initial excavation done. Put down the road fabric. First layer of stone. Ooh, it's so real soft underneath. It firms up, but there's definitely some soft spots. And it'll come up to right about that edge. I'll work this area out here to a nice little ramp up. Maybe have to build some kind of retaining wall right there. And then figure out what I'm going to do with the mountain of dirt. Gonna have a little work to do. The lonely El Camino. Let's give you a little look. I haven't really looked at it at all. Got my trailer hitch. Pull my lawn trailer or any other suitable trailer. Flowmaster exhaust. Nitto tires. 12-bolt posi. New stainless steel gas tank. Not air ride, but just air helper springs for when you add a little extra load. Boyd Coddington Junkyard Dog wheels. California car, pretty much rust free. Started life as a standard, I guess I would call it a Malibu 350 4-barrel 3-speed automatic transmission, air conditioning from the factory, and I've done a pretty much complete resto mod modification and upgrade to the car. Has all Global West suspension, Be Cool aluminum radiator with dual electric cooling fans, R134 air that works, high amp alternator, aluminum water pump, EZ EFI fuel injection, LS6 crate motor from the 80s, converted from a solid lifter cam to a roller cam, somewhere around 500 horsepower. Headers, cowl induction hood, Willwood brakes, disc brakes in the front, disc brake conversion in the back, Aeromotive in-tank electric fuel pump, full SS dash, power windows with power door locks and keyless entry. The seats and console are out of a 2000, I think it's a 2002 Monte Carlo SS. Full power seats, both sides, heated leather. Console with functional console shift. And I'm sure this will receive a little bit of controversy, but this is my bolted down extra little trunk capacity. You know, because I actually use this car just like with my Z06. I drive the car. I mean, I put a trailer hitch on it, I'll hook my lawn trailer up to it, and I take it out and run the you know what out of it. So you know, I needed more storage space. You know, you go to Lowe's, you go to the grocery store, you know, you put stuff in the bin, it just rolls around. So just a little taste of the El Camino, a quick rundown. When I get my shop built, like I said, I'm going to get back on this car, and I mean, it's pretty badass as it is, but make it even to the next level. Again, happy Thanksgiving 2018, November 22nd. Getting ready to hit the road in the Z06. God, that is a bad mother. I just can't, I'm sorry, I just can't help it. I just can't help it. Oh man, that thing gets your heart pumping just looking at it. Looks like construction's gonna be delayed. Quite a difference that I've made here. I mean, I encourage you to go back and look at the previous videos of a year or so ago when I'm talking about my building extension and my gravel driveway and the drain problem that I have and had and need to address, and why I bought the 1025R tractor, and how it's just coming together piece by piece. Hey, it's taking time. Right here I'm standing where there's a stump left over from one of the 4 big trees that I pulled out and videoed. There's what you can see of the drywall system. There's drywall 3, a couple of places for catch basins, and drywall number 2, and then 1 you can't see on the video, I'm sure. I've got to be able to have the water that's pooling down here have a pathway to the dry well system to get it to start going into the ground. Now I'm trying out a new microphone today. I bought a Bluetooth wireless microphone for a GoPro. What do I have? A GoPro Hero 4. And yeah, we'll see how it works. Probably not gonna be able to get a whole lot done. It's been raining, and the dig out for the driveway is kind of delayed due to weather. They came out to actually start the gravel process. They'd already completed the excavation, and it decided to rain, and it wasn't cold enough for the ground to be frozen, so they got a couple of loads of rock in, and that's it. And it's been on standstill ever since. Well, in the meantime, I've figured out, or I think anyway, that I'm not done with my drainage. So I'm going to try to install a couple of more drain pipes, NDS easy drain, to the system that I already have, and make connection and hope it will drain out what I need it to drain. You know, since we've had to dig this down so far, you know, I'm not really sure what I'm going to run into with drainage. I mean, there's going to be probably upwards of a foot of gravel back at the back where the flood is. I'm going to trench in, and not very deep, but I'm going to trench in just enough to maintain a downhill slope from about the center of that parking area with NDS type drain pipe all the way to this dry well and make connection. And then you know, I'll dig the trench and then put the road mat back in place to cover it up, and then put gravel in, so the water will have a way, when it seeps through the gravel and gets to the road barrier, the road fabric, it will, you know, go to the low point and hopefully find its way to the dry well. I think I'm gonna have to let it dry out before I do anything. I'm just doing a little test here. I want to see if I can just get the puddle to try to run towards the dry well system. I do have drainage, even, you know, ever so slight, but I think that is what needs to be done, is to have just a slight trench, just enough for the drain pipe to go in, put the road mat down, and then put a pipe on it and make connection to your dry well system. Yeah, it's going to be a while before I can really do much in there. Yeah, I'm still draining water into this, and I've got this one draining into the dry well pit as well. But I guess I can get rid of this rock. Here we go, knocking over the camera again, wind. You know, when I put these in, I had no idea where grade was, or, you know, I didn't have a laser to measure grade off of the floor like they did, but, you know, these really need to be the low spot. So I'm removing some of this excess gravel so I can get to the darn thing, for one, if I want to make some pipe connections. Because I'm going to have to at least make one pipe connection to the middle of the trailer parking area.
Yeah, I need the whole trench path right now where the gravel is to be lower than what they've established as the bottom of the excavation. So when the road mat goes over it, the water will have to drain that direction. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Oh God, what to do here? I think I could be inside watching football. But, my little pathway is making a little bit of headway in these two puddles anyway.
The hand hoe work definitely helped drain the side puddles, but then we had this back here. Yeah, so I had to dig a relief trench to start the drainage of my lake. I didn't get any video of the relief trench digging, but I used the backhoe on the 1025R, dug a first round relief trench, and it started to drain. And you can see in this shot, it actually drained the lake and filled up the dry well, and actually went uphill and filled up dry well number 2. Then it got cold and snowed, and what didn't drain in my first round of my relief trench turned into an ice skating rink. So I had to get out there and do a little bit more finish work on the relief trench to make sure it was going downhill towards the dry well number 3, so all the water would drain completely. Nice. Well, after this round of relief trench clean out, we got it draining pretty good, and then the weather turned really cold and everything turned hard as a rock, and then we had a warm spell and it started to thaw, and it was just a mess, just a greasy mess. It's really been a struggle between the freeze and thaw and warming trend and rain and snow and freeze. I don't know, this has really been a battle. Well guys, things aren't getting any easier on the project, thanks to good old Mother Nature. But hey, at least I figured out there was an issue before all the gravel was put down. Man, that would have been a mess. And I think I've got a good plan to ensure my house doesn't turn into lakefront property. But at this time, I want to give a shout out to a few of you guys that left a comment. The first shout out goes to Louisiana Aquaponics. He's left me a couple of comments. He agrees that it was a good thing I caught the issues now, and he loves the Corvette. Hey, thanks man. I can't wait till better weather so I can really do some savage content with the Corvette and the El Camino. The second shout out goes to John Lanning. John wanted to know, what the hell kind of Corvette is that? And he also enjoyed the shooting. Hey, thanks John. My Corvette is a 2016 Z06 with 650 supercharged horsepower from the factory. You know, I'm really looking forward to more cars and shooting content uploads this summer, so stay tuned. And the last shout out goes to HVAC1. He wanted to make sure I knew he was the first one to watch my last video, and he said it's looking good. Thanks guys, you know, I really appreciate all the support, and if you'd like a shout out, give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment in the comments. and maybe I'll give you a shout out in my next video. Drive, dig 3, exit, take 2. But at least I figured out there was an issue before all the gravel was before all the gravel. And leave a comment in the comments, and maybe I'll give you a shout out on my next video. Give me 2 thumbs up